All right guys, here it is, the Heybike Mars Limited Edition model. So a few things you get with this bike right off the bat is a set of tools. You get the Mars Limited Edition manual, and you get a little gift box that has your key in it, a pin, which I probably won't be wearing, and a nice little keychain. So that's pretty cool that they give you that. And then you get a 3-amp charger with this bike to charge that 15-amp-hour battery. The charger looks a lot better than the original bike, and that's going to allow you to charge this up a lot quicker than you would be able to charge with the original Mars charger, because it's a 2-amp charger. And check this display out right off the bat, guys. It's color display, which is a really nice touch on this bike. And down here on the frame, you will have your number of 1 through 500. Now this is number 518 because it's a sample model, so I'm assuming they made at least 18 sample models, but they are only going to make 500 of these, so your number will be less than 500. So assembly was pretty easy on this, guys. All you really have to do is install the handlebar stem down in there, make sure it's straight and tighten it up, and then you have to install the pedals. Pretty much that's all you have to do for assembly. Now you do have to wipe your rotors down with like a rubbing alcohol or a brake cleaner. You should always do that, and you're probably going to have to adjust your brakes a little bit, and sometimes your derailleur, depending on if it gets banged around in shipping or not. Now, I didn't have to adjust the derailleur. I did have to adjust the front brakes a little bit, but other than that, really easy assembly. The only thing that I noticed when putting this together is the way it was packaged. This seat right here has a little indentation because it was really tight in there and zip tied. I'm assuming over time that would probably come out. It already came out a little bit. It was really dented in, but they might have to do something there on the packaging if that ends up being a problem for other people. All right, so as you can see, assembly was really easy on this bike. And like I said, there's only 500 of these gonna be made. So if you guys are interested in picking one of these up, I will leave an affiliate link down below in the description of this video where you guys can see more information or pick one of those up. Now, Heybike did send me this as a review model to test out. And if you guys do purchase one using that link, I will make a small commission at no extra cost to you, which is what helps this channel out. So now, over a year ago, when I initially reviewed the Heybike Mars, which has been a very popular bike on my channel, they've come out with a lot of different models since then, which is really nice to see that they have been increasing their portfolio on different styles of bikes that they have to accommodate different size peoples, from the Heybike Cityscape to the Heybike Ranger, which is a nice little step through, all the way up to the 26-inch Heybike Explorer that has a massive 20-amp-hour battery. Now, if you guys want to see the full review video on any of these bikes, make sure you guys check it out. I'll leave links down below in the description to those reviews, or at the end of this video, I'll put some of those videos. But make sure you guys check out the full review on all those bikes if you're interested in the differences between any of them. But today's video, we're going to be focusing on the 20-inch Heybike Mars Limited Edition. Now, this is really similar to the original Heybike Mars, but there is some differences which we're going to go over in this video. The first being that there is a 15-amp-hour battery on the new limited edition versus the 12.5-amp-hour battery on the original Mars. And one thing that is really nice, which I mentioned whenever I reviewed the Heybike Ranger, that the Heybike Mars battery did not work in there. Well, now the Heybike Limited Edition Mars battery will work in the Ranger, because it's exactly the same battery that is used for the Heybike Ranger. So that's really nice that it's compatible between the two. It actually even says Heybike Ranger on the battery down here on the side of the case. So that's nice that it will be able to work in the Heybike Ranger. That way, if you do have this step through bike here and you have the new Heybike Limited Edition, those batteries are interchangeable. So you will essentially have two batteries. You can swap them back and forth, take a second one with you or whatnot if your partner or spouse does not go with you on your ride. So really nice feature. Or you could just buy one extra battery for the Ranger and then have one to share between both bikes. So now the second upgrade on this limited edition is the Keller LCD display, which I already showed you. On the original bike, it comes with a little display on the side here. And another thing, if you guys watch my review video on this bike, the throttle only worked in PAS 0. They now have changed that to be able to work in all the PAS levels, and the throttle no longer works in PAS 0. So just keep that in mind when watching my review videos on any of the other bikes, that I said the throttle only worked in PAS 0, like when I reviewed the Heybike Mars and the Heybike Cityscape. So now one thing that I do want to mention is the seat height on this bike is about 1.25 inches at least higher than the original Mars, and the reason for that is because this battery actually sets up higher, and they used a different seat on this one that doesn't have the cutout here for the handle to flip the seat up like the original Mars does. So you do have to have this seat up just a little bit higher, because when that suspension seat post compresses, this little button here will hit the battery. So you do have to leave it up just slightly, which is about 1.25 inches higher than the original bike. So you will lose a little bit of seat height out of this bike, but I do really like how they give you an extra 2.5 amp hours of battery range, and it does work with the Ranger now. So really nice. One little drawback on that, you could probably get a different seat maybe and be able to lower it down lower if you wanted maybe a seat that didn't have the flip up feature. You could always take it out to remove the battery if you needed to, instead of flipping the seat up. So another thing they changed was the hand grips. These are like a faux leather hand grip compared to the rubber ones of the original Mars. The new limited edition has a nicer tail light in the rear that actually acts as a brake light when you pull the lever. Now they both still have the same 500 watt motors. However, the new limited edition comes with mag wheels. I'm sure you guys already noticed that. And the original Mars came with a set of spoked rims with cutouts. Now I did originally like these cutouts. I like the cool red design in the center. One trade-off to the mag rims is that it does make the bike a little bit heavier. Now the new limited edition model is about 12 pounds heavier than the original Mars. 1.5 pounds of that or so is because of the battery is a little bit bigger, but the rest of the weight I'm sure is probably mostly coming from the rims. So just keep that in mind. This is about a 75-pound bike versus a 63-pound bike on the original Heybike Mars. And that weight, guys, is with the batteries installed. Now, one benefit of having mag wheels is you never have to worry about adjusting the spokes or them coming loose over time like you do with some other e-bikes, because there is a lot of power going through the rear hub. So sometimes you do have to adjust those spokes on these larger 4-inch fat tire e-bikes. Now up here on the handlebars, we still have the same 7-speed Shimano shifter, thumb throttle on the right hand side. On the left hand side, we do have the same button for the headlight and the horn, but we do have a different control pad for the pedal assist levels, since it does have a different color LCD display. Coming down the front of the bike, it has the same neoprene wrap on the wiring and the same front suspension that has a lockout on the right and a preload adjuster on the left. It has what looks to be the same headlight on the front of the bike, and to keep you clean, it has the same plastic fenders on both the front and the rear. Now this bike's also sitting on a pair of 20 by 4-inch Chaoyang fat tires. Comes with the same 500 watt hub motor in the rear, 14 to 28 freewheel, and it has the same Shimano derailleur as the original Mars. Coming up the chain, it uses the same 48 tooth chain ring in the front and a set of folding pedals that are identical to the original bike. Now on the original Mars, it came with a set of Zoom mechanical disc brakes. On the new limited edition, it has a set of Fallel mechanical disc brakes and a pair of 160mm rotors on both the front and the rear of the bike. Now this bike does fold in half, which makes it easier for transportation, just like the original Heybike Mars, so that's really nice and compact for those of you that want to put it in the trunk of your vehicle to haul it. And I'm also glad that they kept the charge port in the battery for charging your cell phone, but just keep in mind, if you do have this handle up while you're charging your phone, your seat height is going to have to be higher because it will hit that handle if it compresses. Or you can always take that handle off if you tend to use that charge port a lot. And one thing I want to show you guys, if you watch a lot of my other videos, you already know what it is. An alarm for your e-bike. If you guys haven't already gotten one of these, after you hear that beep, it's armed. I highly recommend this alarm. It's only like 18 bucks on Amazon, but I'll leave an affiliate link down below to that to take you to Amazon where you can pick one of those up. Really effective, really nice alarm. If you tap it, it'll warn you if you move the bike, and then if you move it again within so many seconds, it goes off like a car alarm. So really nice, guys. So really nice for a little bit of preventative theft that might scare a thief away. Not going to prevent him from taking it, but it will maybe deter one. Oh, and any other e-bike accessory that I use will be linked down below in the description. Just like I said, open up that description by the little arrow next to the video title, and it will bring up all those links, and I'll put down there everything from bike locks that I use to bags, the rear pannier bag that I use, all different things. Make sure you guys check out my 2 accessory videos I did. I'm going to be doing an updated one here in the future, but all those links will be down below in the description of this video, as well as all my other e-bike videos. If you use those links, it helps support the channel. Thanks in advance, guys. and I really appreciate the support. Hey, I just wanted to jump in here real quick and let you guys know that if they do give me a coupon code, that I'll be sure to put it down below in the description with the affiliate link so that you guys can save a few bucks. You guys know I always try to rally for coupons for you guys to save you some money. So overall, guys, I would say the main difference is for one, the color display, the larger battery, and it being a limited edition model with only 500 being made. So without further ado, guys, this is what y'all have been waiting for. Let's go get into the test ride and see how it performs. All right, guys, first ride on the new Heybike Mars Limited. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that pedal assist number 1 is a little bit too fast, so I'm going to show you guys how to go in and change that. And it's also only set for 3 different levels of pedal assist. You can change that to 5, 7, or 9, so I'll show you real quick how to do that. So PAS1 from the factory is set at 50%, and that's a little fast at about 11 miles per hour. So what you want to do is hold the plus and minus button down. That's going to show a TC menu, which TC means trip clear, so you could clear your trip with that. Or hit the plus and minus again. That'll put you to where it says voltage. Hit the plus button until it says SCA. Those are your pedal assist levels. Then you hit the info button up here on the top right. That'll take you into that menu. You can see it's set for 0 to 3. So we're going to change that to 0 to 5. We're going to make 1 about 30%. We're going to make 2 50. 3 75. 4 85. And 5 will make 100. And then you just hold the button in on the side here, and that will take you back to the home screen. So yeah, guys, you could change your different pedal assist levels and the amount of power you want to output on each level, which is really nice if you need to match another rider's speed or another e-bike speed, whether it be another Heybike or another brand bike. If their pedal assist was faster than yours, you can make your bike match theirs, which is really nice. And I definitely recommend, if you have more than one bike, that one of your bikes at least be able to do that. That way you can make different speeds match pretty closely. If you were trying to ride with somebody by their side or with them, it's really hard if your speeds don't match. You're either going faster than them and then you got to quit pedaling, or slower than them and then you got to bump your PAS up, and then it's just a pain in the butt. So really nice that you can adjust your different levels there. Some bikes let you do that, some bikes don't, but this one does. So let's go ahead and get into the speed test. I'm not going to go through all the levels because, like I said, you could change that, but I'll show you what pedal assist is on level 1 right now, and then we're going to do a max speed test with both pedal assist and throttle to see how fast this bike is, then go test it out on a hill and see what kind of power it got. All right, now you can see we have 5 different levels of pedal assist instead of just 3. So let's test level 1 with just throttle and see what 30% output puts us at. And that's going to be a pretty slow 6 miles an hour. So that might be a little bit slow for some people, but like I said, really nice that you can adjust it down to that low if you want. So pedaling here, 6 miles per hour, that's about almost half of what they had it set at. So we're going to go ahead and bump it up into 5, but on pedal assist 1, that speed is going to get you to 6 with throttle or with pedaling. It doesn't matter. Your pedal assist and your throttle is going to be the same speed, so your throttle is limited to your pedal assist level. So let's bump it up into 5 now and see what kind of max speed we can get with throttle only first, and then we're going to do pedal assist. 19, 20, so it's looking like about 20 miles per hour with just throttle only, which is what the legal limit is for a class 2 e-bike. 19. So right around 19 to 20 miles per hour with throttle. Now let's try pedaling. Let's get over here on a little straighter stretch, guys. Then we're going to take this up a hill with throttle only and see what kind of power we got. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I would say 20 miles per hour is pretty comfortable max speed on the new Heybike Mars Limited Edition. So about the same as the original Heybike Mars. All right, so my infamous hill test with throttle only. Let's see how far this bike can take me up that hill. Again, this is a 500 watt motor, the same as the original Heybike Mars, and it's a 48 volt system. So throttle only, we're in pedal assist 5, 11 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour, end of the guardrail here, and I'm gonna go ahead and start pedaling. So right around, I would say about the same power as the original Heybike Mars. No more, probably around the same. Now with a 15 amp controller, I believe that's the same amp controller as the original Heybike Mars. So that would have been nice to see them put a little bit larger controller in this bike. Maybe a 17 or 18 amp controller would have been nice to see to give it a little bit more power. But this is identical power and speed as the original Heybike Mars. And at the time of me filming this video, guys, I don't really know exactly what day they're going to release this bike, but it is going to be released as a pre-order, I believe, and it's going to start shipping in July. And I believe the price is going to be, according to them, what they have told me, but this could change, should be around $14.99 or $15.99. So let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think about that price and what you think about the upgrades on this new Heybike Mars after you're done watching this video. Let me know your opinion. So the brakes are still mechanical disc brakes. They seem good. I got them adjusted good, no squeaks, no squeals, no problems with the brakes at all, just like on the original Mars. Good stopping power there, even with just one hand. So let's go ahead and take this on a pretty decent little ride and see how it does up that hill once I get down into town. So here's the tail light on the bike, and really nice that it flashes whenever you hit the brake light. So that's one nice thing about Heybikes, is they do give you some pretty nice brake lights in the back. If you guys seen the Heybike Cityscape review, that was still hands down the brightest brake light on any of my e-bikes that I've tested or reviewed. So the suspension on this is pretty good, guys. It got the rear suspension seat post just like the original Mars, and the front suspension, never had a problem with it on it or on this bike. It seems really, really soft, but we'll test that out a little bit better when we get down here off some curbs and stuff and see how it performs. But just throttle only cruising here, pedal assist 5, 18 miles an hour. This is a slight upgrade. $19 miles per hour now, and I did hit 21 miles per hour at one point on a longer level stretch, but we'll test it out again down here once we get onto a longer stretch and see what the max speed can do down there. All right, this is a pretty good straight stretch here, so let's see what we can get to. Battery voltage is still full, hasn't dropped the bar yet. And I've been doing mostly throttle. 20 miles per hour. And the display was reading slightly slower, so I went ahead and changed the wheel size to 23 inches, and now the odometer is, I think, a little bit more accurate. The speedometer, it's reading about a mile per hour over on the speedometer now instead of mile per hour under. So it's going to be somewhere around 22 to 23 inches on that setting, but right around 20 miles per hour for max speed, guys. There's 21 there. And that's going to be throttle or pedaling. So this bike ramps up pretty slow. It doesn't jerk you or throw you off when you start pedaling. You can see there I'm in pedal assist 5, and it's ramping up very, very slow, which is very nice. It's not going to take you by surprise and throw you off the back. So that's one nice thing about it. Gets a little tight there, guys. So you can see here, even though I'm in pedal assist 5, start pedaling, picks up gradually. It's pretty nice. Let's test out this suspension. Pretty good, guys, pretty good. Kind of hard to do with holding this GoPro, but really nice. Between them 4-inch fat tires and the front suspension, I have no complaints about that at all. And you can always lower the tire pressure a little bit just to get a little bit of a smoother ride also if you need it. But I don't think you need it because it already comes with the suspension seat post, and the front suspension on this bike and the original Mars is pretty smooth. All right guys, here we go, steepest hill in my town. Let's see how it does. And you are gonna have to help pedal this bike up steep hills for sure. Even my 750 watt bikes, you should help so you don't risk burning stuff out. But I'm putting some effort in here, guys. It's not super easy, especially with one hand. If I had two hands and my seat up just a hair higher, it would be a little bit easier. But you could definitely feel that 15 amp controller. You do have to put some work into it. Exactly the same as the original Heybike Mars. And I recommend you guys checking out that review video as well and watching it, because I may have mentioned something a little different, but for the most part, performance is almost identical on this bike and the original Heybike Mars. All right guys, last long hill before I get back to my house. So let's see how it does going up that. Still in pedal assist 5. Right now I'm in gear 4, putting a little bit of effort into it. And I did raise my seat up a little bit to get it to more of a, a better height for leg extension. So this is about where my seat should be, which does make it a little bit easier to pedal. But I'm in gear 4, I could go ahead and lower this down if I need to. No problem though, right up it. I did shift down into gear 3, putting a little bit of effort in, but it's pulling me up pretty good. This hill isn't super steep, but it's pretty long. And this has all been one-handed coming up this, so no issues, guys. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, I come from down there, actually even lower than that. But pretty good hill, guys. So I'm down 1 battery bar, and that's with a load on it, so not too bad as far as battery goes. I have about 9.5 miles on this charge. I got 7.6 miles on this ride so far, and I had 2 miles on it previous to that, from me just messing around in the yard testing it and stuff. All right guys, so there is how the new Heybike Mars Limited Edition performs. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about how it performed compared to the original Mars, if you guys seen that video. And if not, like I said, I really highly recommend you going and checking out that, because to me, the performance seemed almost identical. So if you guys are interested in picking one of these up or seeing more details about it, I will leave that affiliate link down below in the description where you can see more information and pick one up for yourselves. I appreciate all you guys watching, and stick around because I got a lot of awesome content coming out here in the near future on different e-bikes, solar panels, and who knows what else. So thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my Instagram, make sure you check that out so that you guys get previews of some of my upcoming things that I have in the works, and I will definitely see you guys around on the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate all of you.